Commence primary ignition.
Hey there, fans and collectors! Today we're taking a look at Darth Revan. He's a character from the Knights of the Old Republic story and the Old Republic MMORPG game. He's a favorite of most fans, and he's recently had certain callbacks in Disney canon, so maybe we'll be seeing him again soon. Great time to do a figure review. Let's take a look. First impressions out of the box are the detailing of the figure and his robes and the design of his just model in general. His lightsabers are very unique. He has a uniquely bladed and hilted purple lightsaber, which has a more clunky but still elegant spiky feature to it, and it's beautifully translated into this model. His red lightsaber is a little bit more generic, but I'll do more into the accessories in a moment. His robe is a combination of hard plastic and soft goods. I actually really like how they combine the two of them there. It makes for this look of flowing robes in the back, but still the sleek profile that his head needs. Darth Revan is a character that's from the Old Republic, which existed 3,000 years before Darth Vader and the timeline that we see with the original trilogy on screen. This was a part of the expanded universe that's been expanded originally through video games as the Knights of the Old Republic, and more recently through the MMORPG, The Old Republic. These were great story-driven games that really utilized some of the abilities for a player to make decisions and have those decisions actually affect the outcome of the game, which was something very pioneering and new at the time, but is something that we see as a mainstay for most video games today. Revan was an ex-Jedi Knight who fell to the dark side and then eventually came back to be a Jedi Knight. He's a really cool character who invented the idea of the Sith rule of two, which went on to rule Sith doctrine for the next 3,000 years. He also created one of the first Sith holocrons that actually had the rules in them, and so they were handed down to other Sith lords for generations. Jedi Knight Revan, who is right here on the left, was a GameStop exclusive Black Series figure, which pays homage to his return to the light side as a Jedi Knight. I'm going to be doing a review of that figure following this one, but I thought I'd start out with the Darth Revan figure because that came first in both the timeline and in the history of Black Series figures. This flavor text reads, Darth Revan. The enigmatic former hero of the Jedi Civil War, Darth Revan continued to play a pivotal role in the ongoing war between the Sith Empire and the Galactic Republic. That sums up his very long and complicated history. We have a pretty standard yet still advanced articulation in this figure like we do with most Black Series figures. We have the arm joint that swivels all the way around. It also twists. We have elbow joints, not a double elbow joint, but still a very effective elbow joint that's stiff enough after playing with him and posing him for a while where you can still get some very artistic poses with his arms. He was known to be a very good saber duelsman, so it's nice to be able to pose him in some wild forms. His wrist has a little joint there also, which is cool. You're able to balance the blades in certain directions. His top of his cape is hard plastic, but you can have a little bit of motion in his Mandalorian helmet up there. Nice added feature, not a lot, but enough to get him going. Same amount of motion on the other arm. Under his robes here, he has kind of like a pants and then armored boots and knees. His knees are double jointed, which is a Black Series standard. His armored boots here have an ankle joint and a ball and swivel foot joint, so he can turn his hips, he can turn his feet. He's got a lot of articulation. His soft goods robe does add to that because he doesn't really have any restriction via his clothing, which I appreciate. And that's our Revan. I really like that the art design of the robe goes all the way around, and that it's a really well thought combination of the hard plastic and soft goods. Darth Revan comes with two accessories, and they are his famed purple and red lightsabers. They are very highly detailed, very well painted, and the blade is removable. It is not easy to do. In fact, when I was doing it, I wasn't 100% sure it was even possible to do, but I got the purple one out and the red one a little bit easier, and they're back in. So again, they are removable. I don't know if they're made to be that way, but I got them off and on, and they look great still. But beautiful detailing, even into the little buttons that he presses on the lightsaber. Nice accessories. Here we have the front of the box for the Darth Revan figure. I'm starting with him unboxed because, unfortunately, this figure, I already had him out of box because, as you can see, it did arrive to me damaged, and it is pretty old at this point too. So the front, we have a standard Black Series front. We have his image in the very bottom right-hand corner, the Black Series Star Wars logo at the very top. We have his name in red in the bottom right. As we turn, we have the number, so it's number 34 in the Black Series. This was pretty early on into the start of the Black Series line. And I really like thinking about that as they were launching this new toy line, they really reached into legends and into old Star Wars fan favorites. Here we have the back, which is the Star Wars logo at the top, his number in the upper right, the larger faded image behind the flavor text and the legalese. And on the original Black Series couple lines, the window was larger on the front and the side, so you actually had some viewing potential of the figure, but this shifted in the later waves of the Black Series where the window got smaller and the undertext got bigger. I would definitely recommend picking up this figure. You can find him on the secondary market, not super priced up, but there are certain toy stores out there where you can find them online with a damaged box for pretty low price. I'll leave a link if I can find one when I'm done putting this video together, but I hope you enjoyed. He is a great figure and a great character to get to know in the expanded universe and in the ancient history of the galaxy that we all love. His story is a great character story arc also because he does fall to the dark side, but he does rejoin the light side as the Jedi Knight again, and it's a great story of redemption, which is one that's synonymous to Star Wars all around. Stick around, I'm going to be doing a review of Jedi Knight Revan very soon, actually tomorrow. I just wanted to do the Darth Revan one first because this figure is older. I hope you enjoyed this review. Stay safe out there. This is a great character to dive into if you're more curious about other expanded universe Star Wars stories. I hope you enjoyed the video. Drop a like below and subscribe for the best toy news and reviews. Follow and connect with me on Instagram at Binary Sunset Review for more toy sightings and reviews.